Welcome to another episode of the MEGIN Spotlight series. Today we are delighted to have Dr. Veikko Jousmäki, Senior Scientist at Aalto NeuroImaging, Aalto University in Espoo, as our guest. Hi Veikko, thank you for joining us today.
Hi, my pleasure.
So let me start off with the first question for today. The facility MEG core supports multidisciplinary brain imaging at Aalto University. Can you please explain in more detail your main areas of research interest and how is MEG utilized in the studies conducted at Aalto University?
Aalto NeuroImaging is an open access research infrastructure focusing on functional neuroimaging in healthy subjects. Our unique portfolio in Finland comprises of MEG, functional magnetic resonance imaging, navigated transcranial magnetic stimulation, and behavioral lab. So we are altogether 7 staff members, and we provide hands-on support to our users and facilitate research and education at the university. So most of our users are from Aalto University, and the main external users are from University of Helsinki, Helsinki University Hospital, and University of Jyväskylä. The main research interests are within sensory motor, language, and visual modalities. My main motivation is to design new MEG-compatible stimulators and monitoring devices and utilize them with my collaborators at MEG sites within the global network. We are now facing a new chapter in MEG since we are now, as we speak, finalizing the MEG upgrade. The upgrade was financed by Aalto University and the Academy of Finland. We will now proceed with the local MEG training and welcome our users to launch their research projects at the MEG core. We are also looking forward for a fruitful collaboration with MEGIN. We have a long common history and track record in research, development, and training. Now we are also physically close to each other since MEG core and MEGIN headquarters are just 1 metro stop apart from each other.
Yeah, you've become almost a center of excellence for MEG now, which is great. Are there any specific instances of how the data retrieved from MEG technology has helped the research and study findings?
Of course, this is a very, very tough question. And from my own perspective, so I would like to highlight the use of accelerometers and passive movements in MEG to study sensory motor processing. So we have developed a method and used it in several MEG sites. We have coined the method as corticokinematic coherence, and it is now listed as one of the recommended methods for sensory motor mapping by the American Clinical Imaging Society. So this is just one example showing how basic research can be used in clinical environments.
And how is MEG used in conjunction with other neuroimaging modalities offered at MEG core? I mean, what type of research requires multiple modalities, for example?
So at Aalto, we are using MEG, MRI, and fMRI frequently together with the behavioral investigations. So for the purpose, we have introduced similar stimulus environments for these modalities. For example, we have similar stimulus presentation programs and eye tracking options available in each and every modality. This makes the life for the researchers easier because they can compare the results more easily.
And what areas of MEG core's current research do you feel may support new clinical applications for MEG in the future?
Okay, I'm very keen on developing new gadgets for MEG. And if you pay a closer look at the clinical practice guidelines in EEG and MEG, you will see options that are missing in MEG. One of these missing options is intermittent photic stimulation, IPS, that is a flickering light test. It is a must in clinical EEG, whereas it has not been mentioned at all in MEG. The reason is very simple. MEG-compatible IPS devices are scarce and not commercially available. We are now developing the first MEG-compatible IPS device and aim to launch a multi-center study utilizing it. Let's see whether our approach is accepted by the Clinical Imaging Society.
So we also discussed when I saw you in Helsinki recently that your lab often collaborates with the MEG lab at Biomag laboratory in Helsinki University Hospital nearby. Could you provide us with a bit more detail about what type of support you provide for the institution?
Sure. We are well connected by several ways. Aalto University, Helsinki University, and Helsinki University Hospital are part of neuroimaging infrastructure within capital region. This is a very important aspect since it facilitates collaboration and use of the facilities. We know each other well and collaborate in MEG research. Typically, healthy subjects are being measured at Aalto University and patients at Biomac laboratory. It facilitates the translational step from the bench to the bedside. In other words, it provides a fast track for our inventions and ideas to be tested in patients.
Oh, that's really interesting. So as part of the MEG core studies, I know you and the team have developed a great amount of stimulators to conduct research more appropriately. Could you give us some more insight into some of these incredible devices that you have actually personally explained to me before and the team have created, and what has been the impact on the study results?
Oh, thank you very much for your kind words. We are really in need for novel solutions and gadgets for MEG. On the other hand, collaboration between disciplines and MEG sites is crucial. Over the years, we have introduced several novel devices, for instance, for monitoring self-paced movements in MEG and EEG. We have designed novel pneumatic actuators to elicit passive movements in MEG. In addition, we have designed devices to stimulate selectively, for instance, basin and corpuscles and slowly conducting tactile fibers in MEG. These research-dedicated devices have been used in several MEG sites.
Thank you. And lastly then, as a senior researcher using MEG frequently in your studies, can you offer any advice to research or medical students about why MEG is an interesting modality and how to break into the field, I guess, and also how do you contribute to furthering the MEG field at Aalto and the factors at facilities across the world?
Interesting question. So I would like to advertise MEG introductory training sessions organized by the vendors and MEG sites. Some MEG sites call these training events as MEG driver's license. It is an excellent way to break into this field. There are also increasing number of job opportunities available within MEG community.
Yeah, thank you. That's great. Veikko, thank you. We've come to the end of our discussion today. Thank you very much for making time today. We've sort of realized that MEGCore has become the center of excellence, as I've mentioned, in the MEG field, and it's been really great to find out a little bit more from you today and get more involvement and more knowledge about your innovative projects in collaboration with even Biomag Hospital, for example. So thank you very much for your time today and for the very informative insight today. Thank you.